Hello, I am Marcus Zarin. Welcome to my study. And today, we will be playing more of my favorite game, Asheron's Call. Now, I have been doing some thinking as to, well, first of all, off camera, I did a lot of organizing of my bags and everything, making everything more clean. So, and I also spent all my XP as well, because that stuff is just kind of busy work at a certain point. Um, but I didn't really do much else. But I decided that instead of farming a bunch more Tuskers and getting all the gold letters I need, that I would, because I already had more than 10 Scarlet Red letters, so I could have gotten another full set of the Amateur Explorer. Oh, I don't need the deaths on screen. 1 second. There we go. Because I had the 10 Scarlet Red letters earlier, I turned them in for gambling tokens, but I could have gotten another set of the Amateur Explorer armor and decided not to because, you know, I don't need two sets of that stuff floating around, it's just more mule junk, you don't need that. But I decided that I should get a set of I should just get my set of Amateur Explorer armor from my other character and put it on this character because, really other than going around and getting all the stamps, I pretty much already had all the materials for it. So we're gonna go to my house and I'm gonna go pick that set of armor up. And I can show off my house finally. Because I do have a few other characters on this server. The highest level one is level like 140, I think. So not really all that high level, still kind of just in the mid game. And we'll catch up to that pretty easily. But this is my house. It is essentially just the really isolated house way out by Calabar. It doesn't have a U. I thought it had a U. So yeah, it's just Calabar. Yeah, so it's way out from Calabar and it's one of the completely isolated ones. And I thought it was really nice. You get a good view and you're all alone. Don't have to deal with a ton of other houses that are gonna sit empty because nobody else is on the server. Um, okay. And then of course inside we got some golden Gromnies, a lot of heads. There's my world famous head collection. What's that? Huge lump of coal. I don't know why I put that on the wall, but that's fine. Got lots of cool stuff in there. Nothing too fancy. I've only really played on this server for like a month tops. So I really haven't gotten a ton done thus far. But then in my chest I have my salvage and all my rending salvage and just a bunch of other good stuff and of course the amateur explorer armor, which I will be taking and using. Especially because for my final goal in this game, well, not final goal, but one of my goals in this game is to buy a mansion because I am I'm on my own server, so I changed the rules a bit and made it so that okay, all the buffs are done. I made it so that you don't need an allegiance rank in order to get a mansion because how am I supposed to get a high allegiance rank here? You know, I mean, I might be able to get a couple allegiance ranks if I made like other accounts and everything and put everyone under this character and then got a rank that way, but that is a lot of busy work. And I'm not a fan of that. So I just made it so that you don't need an allegiance rank to get a mansion, but it's still crazy expensive. Like 20, no, it's 15 lucky gold letters, 7 idolize, 2 dread Madakar claws, 20 writs of refuge, 10 million pyreals, and 20 golden Gromnies. And that is expensive. But I also have rent turned off on the server, so after I get the mansion, it's all mine. And I don't have to worry about it ever again. So, that is what we'll be doing eventually, is getting all that. But that's why I didn't want to use all my lucky gold letters on other random stuff, because I kind of need it for, you know, for the house, for the mansion. But I am going to use one for a weapon. Get the seasoned explorer great axe, and then I'm also going to get the bracelet of strength, because I think the set doesn't provide any attribute bonuses. Yeah, it doesn't. It provides a lot of stuff like elemental protections and a lot of skill bonuses, but it does not give attribute bonuses. So you need to get the jewelry of the set in order to get that. So I was going to get the strength bracelet, because strength is my main stat, and the two-handed weapon. So I need to look up where the heck those are. 1 second, because it has like a whole thing, a whole to-do. I think I needed a Rithwick stamp? Maybe. Yeah. Because there's like multiple different starting towns, and each have a different stamp, and then each one also has a different person you turn the stamped letters into. So you need to know like the whole graph of which stamped things go where. Like for the axe, I need to get a Rithwick stamp and turn it in Lytlethorpe. So to Rithwick, I suppose. Let's see. Rithwick is alluvian. Right here. Let's move this to be half the screen, and then OBS be the other half of the screen, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. And then the Bracelet of Strength requires a Lytlethorpe stamp and goes to Samsur. So that's actually pretty efficient, because I can go Rithwick. Let's see. It's the old warehouse, right? I think it is. Maybe I should double check it while I'm running there. Found inside the old warehouse. Yep, I was correct. As always. Yes, and then the Lytlethorpe stamp is found in the Lost Distillery. Oh, wait. That isn't the one with the naths, right? I hope it isn't. I hate naths. Too many spells. And spells scare me. But we know where we're going. And we need one stamped with the Rithwick, one stamped with the Lytlethorpe. The Rithwick goes to Lytlethorpe, and then the Lytlethorpe one goes to Samsur. I just need to remember all that. Alright, and this place has some high-level enemies. Fire does fine against drudges, I think. Let me test it out. Fine is certainly one word for it. Let's go to Frost. How's that do? Well, it's single target and was only doing slightly more damage, so we're gonna not have that. Okay, and I'm mostly just gonna be running past these things anyways, I think. Because I mean, I would be killing them, but I don't need Ravener guts. So, let's see. I'm also probably going to be spamming next item to see when I come across the stamp, because I don't know this place by heart. Is it in one of these chests? Sometimes it's in a chest, I think. It must have been in the earlier big room, all the way at the end where I didn't go. Oh, Wichita. Or Wonder. I don't know. Which one do you prefer? But yes, I agree. It is indeed the best game ever. That is why I'm playing it. My favorite game, at the very least. Where the heck is the stamp? Unless they moved it. Though I don't see why they would. Maybe it was up here, and I just completely missed it. Interesting. Maybe it's in the chest. Nope. But there's a locked chest. Maybe it's in there. All I know is it's in this dungeon. There it is. Oh, what server is this? This is my own private server. So I'm all alone with just me and my, let's see, where is it? It's here. Just me and my like 10 milliseconds of server lag. 7 milliseconds, that's even better. And then we need to go to Lytlethorpe. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it's so great because like I mean I like playing on servers with other people, but certainly the probably the most irritating part of the game is the lag and like the rubber banding. And so when I started playing on my private server and there was like I've never rubber banded, I've never had any issues where it's like I look like I run up a cliff but I actually fall off the cliff. Never had to deal with any of that. So it's very, very nice. Oh yeah, I've heard good things about Levistrass. Yeah, and I'm playing on this server with no botting, so you know it's certainly nice to get into the game and really do like the quests, because you know that I feel like a large portion of the Asheron's Call community has really latched onto, you know, the botting a way too much. I mean, it is like the most efficient way to level, so I understand why, but I like the game for the quests. And I've never even minded the dailies. Yeah, I mean, after level 200, it takes so much XP to actually level that it certainly does take quite a long time to get anywhere. But the good thing is that, you know, once I hit like level 180, I kind of stop caring about how much XP I get, and I turn my attention to not only luminance, but also just doing the big difficult quests, you know. Once I get to that point, it'll be quite nice. Alright, got our great axe, which is probably what we're going to be using forever now. Because, I mean, you just can't beat resistance cleaving slashing this early, and on such a good weapon. Alright, so then we need to go from here to get the stamp from here, which is Lost Distillery. Have you played it all on Decarutide? It's like set back in 2003, 2006. I think it's like just pre Throne of Destiny expansion, and so it's a really cool like custom server where they have a bunch of different custom mechanics and other such things. I think it's very refreshing, you know, to get on there. And they've just been experimenting with like hardcore mode and everything. So it's pretty cool if you haven't seen it already. This is the Nath one, isn't it? I thought it was, but I was hoping I was wrong. I mean, I have invested pretty well into my magic defense thus far, but not nearly enough to feel secure down here. Yeesh. I don't know, I just get stressed out about around the nads. I feel like they're gonna just one-shot me at any moment. Isn't he right? Yep. Gonna get me out of here. What would be the easiest way out? Probably the facility hub portal gem, and then just life stoning and running back through the town network. I mean, their spells weren't even all that bad, but they're just scary. I mean, my character hasn't died yet, and I would like to keep it that way. Can't be having nads getting in my way. Yeah, and then use the Lytlethorpe stamp to Samson. Oh, extra XP per quest completed. So, like, the more quests you do, the more XP you get. Let's see. This is the one that's way out in the outpost, right? Which outpost is it? I think it's the one out this way. Based on quest items. Well, that's pretty cool because then it kind of seems like even the super like low quest reward dungeons would be relevant again. Because that definitely is an issue in MMOs when you keep getting like more and more updates, is that the earlier content kind of just falls to the wayside. And I was actually thinking later on I would make a character and basically do like a every dungeons challenge run where I do like I try to complete every quest in the game that I possibly can. And I think there's like 600 or more quests in the game, including like a ton of kill tasks and everything. So I think it would be a pretty difficult thing to do, especially because there's all those old quests that I haven't done in years, like Frore. I haven't touched Frore in forever. I have no idea how to even do that. So hopefully the agent is actually out here. I think he is. But if he's not, I just ran all the way out into the middle of the desert for nothing. Hmm. Yeah, he's here. Nice. Give me the bracelet of strength. Thanks. That's very good. So now we have this and this. Nice. Okay. So then, once I had all that, I was gonna go and start farming some Pyreal. Because I want, this may have, the resistance cleaving slashing, but I want some weapons that have good elemental resistance cleaving. And what weapon would have better resistance cleaving than the Atlan weapon, which can be any element it wants? So I need to get Pyreal. Which I suppose there's like two different ways to get Pyreal. There's the traditional method where you go and like farm granite golems or something, and then you'd need 16 motes in order to make one Atlan weapon. But there is another method of doing it that I haven't exactly timed. I don't know if it's faster or not, but it is to go way out to let's see, you go way out to this mountain range right here, and out there's a lot of basalt golems, and those have a good chance of dropping a Pyreal nugget. Yeah. I mean, Atlan weapons, they certainly got outdated after a certain point, but for the early game, they're certainly still the best weapons you can get before, you get the really high-end good stuff. But back in the day, like, when they were first implemented, they were certainly some of the best items ever put in. Especially because they're so versatile, you know? You don't need like 50 different weapons in your inventory, you just have the Atlan weapon and a couple stones. You can just switch them out at will. So yeah, we're gonna be going out and farming some basalt golems. Oh wait. I need to go to Stonehold first. I completely forgot. So, oh, the new high-level golems drop nuggets? Yeah, that sounds like it would be pretty quick. Although, if it's only the high-level golems that do that, it seems like you would need a higher level character in order to farm them. And thus, it wouldn't be as important for, like, your first Atlan weapon. But I don't know. Um, But yeah, I have to go to Stonehold first because the basalt golems count as rare uh rare spawns, and so if I go to Stonehold, I can get the rare enemies kill task. Stonehold, yeah, it is Olivia. Nice. And then, if I need to kill like 10 of them, then that's 10 rare creatures towards the kill task. So I need to find Belinda Dulac, I think was her name. No idea where she is. There she is. Hello, I am Belinda, a hunter of rare creatures. There's nothing like the hunt to let one know they're alive. And then she says that I need to kill banished creatures, 10 banished creatures, 10 fallen creatures, and I would like you to experience hunting some of the land's rarest and most elusive creatures. Kill 50 of the creatures on the rare game section. Yes, so that's the one I'm here for. Although I can also do the banished ones while I'm out here, because I think this area also spawns a lot of banished creatures, and I only need 10 of them, so. Although, it's always been kind of disappointing, the banished creatures, because I feel like the banished weapons, at least at this point in the game, is really, like, underpowered. Oh, thank you. I'll see you around, maybe. Have a good day. But yeah, I certainly feel like I've always felt that the banished weapons are a bit underpowered compared to a lot of the modern content. But I don't know. I don't actually remember when they were added in. Probably pretty early. 50 rare creatures. That's gonna be difficult. I mean, certainly most kill tasks are like, just do them passively as you go. And you're not really supposed to sit there and try to get all 50 rare creatures, which I certainly am not going to be trying to kill 50 rare creatures, but it's still a very long-term task, that one. Alright, then we go to the Highland Manors, which should take us, yeah, right here. So then I'll just set like a little waypoint there, and we'll just run out into the middle of the woods. And let's make sure, Yeah, basalt is on here. Let's also put dread. No, what are those? Those aren't... Okay, they're level 80 still. That's a bit scary. I hope they do not... Okay. No, they're easy. Nice. I'm just remembering on Decarutide, these armadillos are incredibly dangerous. Like, it's weird because in the modern game you can't really tell which enemies are significantly more dangerous than others, but on that server you certainly can. Like Tuskers, Olthoi, Armadillos, Gromnies are all like significantly more dangerous than anything else in the game. Ooh, a fragment. You always gotta kill the fragments to make sure they don't have any crystal items on them. Although, I don't know, I don't really think that the crystal items are used for very much other than shadow armor, which isn't really the best armor, but I suppose it would still be nice to have a set of it eventually. Might as well kill the crystals whenever I run across them. Alright, so the basalt golems are a special variant of obsidian golems. So they're level 80, and they shouldn't be a big issue. I mean, they're no diamond golems, that's for sure. And I mean, slashing is never really the best against golems, but it is a physical damage type, so it should be, you know, at least something. Let's see. Dire Ursins, don't really need them. Oh, but I should keep an eye out for any banished creatures because I am... Let's see, do I have banished on here? I don't. We'll also kill any banished creatures up to 10 of them, because we need the 10 for the kill task we just got. Which I think gives like 30 million XP or something insane like that. The banished creatures aren't pushovers for their level. Never mind, he was kind of a pushover. I'll take your insignia. I need one of those. I don't think I need the spear though, because I've already been out here and killed a lot of banished creatures before. I probably have nearly every banished weapon I would want in the house chest somewhere. Let's keep on going. Yeah, there's not really much to do out here other than just kind of wait. It's certainly a lot less exciting than farming the moats, because at least when you're farming the moats, you have the constant combat to kind of keep you alert. But in this case, it's just you just run around, wait for something to pop up on Verindy Sense. Eventually something does, and then you kill it, and then you keep running. And I can always switch back over to, well, not back over, I can always switch over to hunting for Ooh, the crystal portal. That place is pretty cool. Don't need to go there yet, but... Ooh, Warlock of the Blood. Isn't that a rare enemy? Maybe not, it might just be an uncommon spawn. But I do know he spawns alone, so I'm gonna kill him anyway. Not too difficult. And then there was a whole gaggle of crystals over there. Yeah, he's not anything special. Sad. But we will go destroy all the crystals. Which actually, if I remember correctly, I think slashing is good against crystals. I always used to think it was bludgeoning. But I actually think it's slashing. Which makes no sense to me. Because, like, how do you cut a crystal efficiently? I'm not sure. But certainly, I won't complain. Heal. That hurt a lot. And I've got to kill all the baby crystals before fighting the big one. There we go. Because I think if you destroy the big crystal, it kills all the little ones itself. And then you don't get the loot of the little crystals, which was nothing anyway. We get the shard, which I think is guaranteed. I think the sentient fragment always gives a shard. And banished. Where's the banished guy? It's always hard to tell. Oh, he's up there. Hard to tell where it is because it doesn't just point you in the right direction. It just pops up the little marker on the edge of the screen. Hey, a red letter. I'll take that. Alright, so I was right next to this guy and didn't go after him, so that was a bit weird of me, but that's fine. I had crystals to tend to. Alright, that's 2 out of 10 banished creatures. Hey, another Tomb Rock insignia. I'll take that as well. Let's keep scouring the mountains. Haven't found any basalt golems just yet, but I'm sure we will. I mean, they're not called a rare spawn for nothing. But usually, they're somewhere in these mountains. But of course, we could have completely sour luck and never find any. At which point, it would be much more efficient to just go find a place with golems to just farm them instead. I mean, getting a moat every, like, 20 minutes is better than getting nothing. Pick up the seed. Because I'll need those, monster plants for my mansion once I get it. Eventually. Banished Griever. Let's see, where is that? Down here, okay. I think slashing's good against Grievers too. You know, slashing is just kind of generally a good damage type. Hmm. Was the silk used for anything? I think that's used for that one quest where you need to go to specific locations and use like the silk spinner or something. I don't think it's very important though. And if it is, I can always just find more. Let's see. Banished Banderling, where are you? You up the mountain? He's over there. Okay. But I'm certainly liking this weapon already. It's certainly good against Ulthor. If I was still going for the Ulthoi armor, I certainly wouldn't have too hard of a time with this weapon. Hey, more lucky gold letters. It's good, because I'll need 15 of those. Oh, and then, if we end up completing the Pyreal hunt with more time to spare, I can also run over to these mountains, I think. And over here is where a lot of Dread Madicars spawn. And we need 2 of the Dread Madicar paws, or claws? Either one, uh, in order to get the mansion. So we'll need to head over here and farm some of them if we have time left over. That's 5 banished creatures. I don't think there's a banished two-handed weapon, so I don't need to be worrying about picking one of those up for myself. Let's see. I think anywhere in this mountain range, I set the point to here, but I think anywhere in this entire area is where they spawn. So if they're not anywhere around this, I'll head up to here, and then down to here, and then probably back over to here and keep going around that loop. Because they only spawn in the eastern part of this mountain range for whatever reason. You know, it'd be nice if I could just be farming, like, over in this area. But I think they can spawn up here, and down here, and probably in here too. But not anywhere over there. So that is very unfortunate. The bulk of the mountain range is just not good hunting grounds for it. Alright, but actually OBS is doing well, it looks like. I ended up switching, because I figured out that there's multiple different types of encoding you can do when it comes to OBS. And previously, when I was having encoding issues, I had been having it just on software encoding, where my computer is doing the encoding with its CPU. But I figured out that I have a new enough video card, or like graphics card, that it has a built-in encoder chip in it. And so I set it to do it like that. And hopefully that means that it will run more smoothly and not lag things. Man, I feel like just random enemies out here are dropping more letters than the entire, ooh, our first basalt golem. But, like, why weren't letters dropping this often when I was killing hundreds of Tusker guards, you know? That would have been a lot more, efficient. Lots of spells. And now it's just me and the basalt golem. There we go. First group down. And first nugget down. Because yeah, I don't think it's a 100% drop chance. I mean, it might be. But, ooh, and there's another one. But certainly I have killed these things before and not gotten a nugget off of them. But that was on Decarutide. That might have been earlier thing. It might be guaranteed now. Ow. I probably don't want to kill a basalt golem until I've beaten the other obsidian golems, just in case they drop moats. If I can help it. It's kind of difficult when you're oh wait, the basalt golem's dead and these guys aren't. Nice. So I don't need to worry about it. It's hard to tell sometimes when that's going to be an issue or not. Alright, that's 2 basalt golems dead. And there's a moat. I do have some Pyreal back at the house. That was in that last bag that I didn't open. But I'm gonna try to get all the Pyreal myself on this character. Not only because I don't want to dip into my previously collected Pyreal. Yeah, see, the basalt golem this time. It didn't drop a heart, the basalt blade, or the Pyreal nugget. So that is a really unfortunate kill right there. We did get 1 nugget, which means we're 1/4 of the way there. If we find any more moats, then we can combine those and maybe get a nugget. Depends on how many other golems we find out here. But yeah, I don't want to be dipping into my other characters' Pyreal supplies, because they need it for their Atlan weapons too. And I'll probably want both Atlan weapons and Isparian weapons, because they're both very useful for different things. Like, I think the Isparian weapon becomes like an elemental slayer, and those are very useful. And then the Atlan weapon can be all sorts of different elements, and I think later on when you get the Shadow Fire, it's either the Atlan weapon or the Asparian weapon that you can put the Shadow Fire stone into, and it makes shadow killing weapon, which is immensely important, especially once you get to the late game where you're fighting really tough shadows. Ow. This thing hurts. This thing hurts a lot. Okay, that's 6 banished enemies out of 10. Now we just wait for more basalt golems to show up. Inventory space is doing fine. Another hoary Madakar. Where was it? Up here. Yeah, these things I don't know exactly why. I think they're just kind of rare. Or uncommon, as it were. And they can drop a hide that gives you a hoary Madakar robe, which back in the day was like one of the best weapons, or one of the best robes you could get. Nowadays, I don't know what the significance of it is, but I still put it onto the Verindy sense just in case I get one of the robes. Because it would be nice to have, you know? Alright, so we're starting to get out of the range at which the basalt golems can spawn, so now we're going to double back towards that mountain there. And hopefully find some more. Because we're 1/4 of the way there. Well, 1/8 if you wanted to get both an Atlan weapon and an Asparian weapon, because they both take 2 Pyreal ingots. So, that might take a bit longer if I'm going for both. I'll probably save, you know, a little fun for next time. No moats. Alright, these guys are level 60, so they don't drop letters or anything. Nothing I really need. But I'm definitely strong enough now to do some of the Asheron's Raiment quests, which are some really good XP quests at this level. So if we have time left over, I might go do that as well. But overall, it's supposed to just be a hunting stream, so it might end up that we just go for the Dread Maticars over in the other mountain range. And I really doubt we're gonna find both of the Dread Maticar claws that we need by the end of this stream. Because those, I think the wiki was saying is like a 1 in 50 drop chance or something. Certainly, we're not going to get 2 1 in 50 chances in one stream. That is quite rare. No robe. I don't know if the blighted golems can drop. I know they can drop the ice shards that I think I remember aren't all that important. They're for some collection quest or something, but I don't know if they can drop moats as well. Oh, a Nubulus golem. I did see this. Honestly, I thought this was just some kind of like frost elemental, but certainly if I knew it was a Nubulus golem, I'd have attacked it. Because these can also drop moats, I believe. I mean, they're a golem. You'd assume they could. But it did not. Ooh, dye plant. I mean, this character will be having cooking eventually, so I might be able to start dyeing some things. Banished Mamaya. Very nice. I think I only need a couple more. Ooh, and there's another basalt golem. Ooh, rare time. Probably on this guy. Yeah, that's good. That's a tier 3 rare, I think. Ooh, a Mamaya arm, I'll take that. It's either tier 2 or tier 3. Because the first tier of rare is just the little crystals, and then the second tier is the resistance things. I think this is a tier 3, the pearls. Yeah, we can get the basalt golem first. And there's another moat. And this one has the basalt blade, but not anything other than that. Alright, but we have a Pyreal sliver. A few more of those from the obsidian golems, and we would have another nugget. Which almost kind of means that I might have just been better off farming obsidian golems rather than being out here looking for basalt golems that are much rarer. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, that's 9 out of 10. I don't think, I mean, I will have cooking, but I don't think I need manugats. But you gotta love just running around the countryside, destroying everything. Hopefully not dying to magma golems, because these guys are level 100. And not pushovers at all. Not going too bad thus far. This armor does have fire protection, so even if their spells did hit me, they'd be doing like 50% less damage. Hey, another moat. Yeah, I'm really starting to think it would have been easier just to farm moats. Because they're dropping a lot of them. Well, there's a banished Olthoi, which is the last. But here. Is that really where that is? Jeez. Ooh. Glacial Golem Suzerain? Is it Suzerain? Is that how you pronounce that word? I don't even know if that's... It might be a Viceroy. I don't remember what it's... Margrave, that's it. Yeah, but that is certainly a tough customer. But that might have some good Pyreal. You know? Big golem boss, you know? Let's see, it's level 100. And they're pretty scary overall. Surrounded by a bunch of these frost elementals. But I believe the frost elementals pull separately to the boss. Yep. So as long as I can beat the frosts, I can then get the boss alone. Alright, boss. Your time is up. Oh, and I do some good damage against it. As long as I can get a concussive blow on it, I might not get destroyed by it. Unbalancing, and go for bleeds. And start from the top again. I certainly feel like dirty fighting added a lot of depth to melee combat when it comes to making sure all your debuffs are staying up. So instead of just clicking a button and waiting, you have to... Where'd he go? Well, he disappeared. Um, yeah, his corpse literally just disappeared. I guess he had nothing on him. Somehow that's really weird. Because usually they have a lot of stuff on them. Alright, well that is 5 out of 50 of the rare enemies. Oh, and I guess getting a crystal piece off of this isn't guaranteed. I thought it was. Probably just very high chance. Alright, well continuing on. I am getting to the end of the loop. Oh, and I'm way back over here. I completely got off track trying to go this way and then just went back up here. So we haven't gone here, I don't think, yet. Oh, my jump skill is enough. Ow, just barely. Okay. Yeah, I should really consider how high or low my jump skill is before jumping. You know, that might be a life-saving measure. Let's just increase that a ton so that doesn't happen again. Because yeah, being mid-air jumping off a mountain is definitely not the time you want to consider. Can I land? Champion of the... Ugh, 160. Ugh. I don't remember those things being so freaking high level. Yeah, we're just gonna run. We're just gonna run. Warlock of the Blood was 160. Didn't I fight one of those earlier? Could have sworn I did. Maybe they're really easy for their level. I don't know. Ugh, I don't want to willingly go into a fight with a level 160 enemy. Because then I have to run all the way back here, and that's just it's just a hassle. Plus, I don't even have death items yet. I should really get some death items. Especially because I don't really have any super high level characters that, if this character dies, could go and rescue them. Like, if I lose my pants in a level 200 dungeon, I'm kind of screwed. I mean, I have my admin account, but it's a it's a bit cheaty to just die and then send in the admin account to get your corpse. So I'm probably not going to be doing that unless it's something like super important that I lost and is in a place that I couldn't easily build up to going back to. Though I'd hope any place that I'm dying in is a place that I could reasonably actually beat. But you know how I am, I just kind of run into a place and try killing things, and if I die, then obviously I wasn't high enough level for it. I want to loot. Even though I should probably just kill this guy. There's nothing. And nothing. Alright, and that's this mountain, so we'll head off this side and then head up to this mountain again, then traverse our way across. Hope to find more basalt golems. Or anything else we need. So I think, didn't I end up killing all the banished creatures I need? I think I did. Might need one more. I wasn't paying attention, honestly. All I remember seeing was that I had 9 out of 10, and I might still be there. Magic yield. No, that's just not nice. Yeah, it's nice getting the big old nugget all at once, but obviously it's hard to find them. And if I just get one more note, or another mote, I'll have made a full nugget just off of the random golems I've found along with the basalt golem. So that would kind of show that motes drop a lot more often than the basalt golem spawns. Though I don't know where you can farm level 80 golems. I know that there's like the Halls of Meadows, which is filled with iron, copper, and granite golems, I think. But none of those are level 80. And all of these, like 80 and above golems, have been dropping the motes pretty well. So I would need to research as to where is a good obsidian golem spot. I think there was one area that I used to use a while back that was it was a dungeon at the end of a string of dungeons. And it took me a while to get there, but once I unlocked it, I was then flagged to use it. And I think there was a bunch of obsidian golems at the bottom of the place. And that place dropped motes pretty dang well. Augmented dredge. I don't even know why I'm right-clicking things. I mean, everything I'm looking for is in my Verendi sense already. So if it was anywhere near me, I'd pick it up. But, I don't know. Still just kind of habit to click on things, see what they are. Vanished Mamaya. That's up this way. So we will kill this last banished creature and then see if we need any more. I don't think we do. Actually think that I don't even need this one. My task is complete. So officially, that is all we need. So we can even take banished off this list. So we don't need it. Oh hey Nari. How's it going? I'm farming for Pyreal. It's not going all that well. I mean, we're like almost halfway there, but it's a slow process. Oh. Why are these guys here? I don't remember what those guys do. They're level 115, and I don't know if I want to deal with them. I think they just drop, like, turn-in items. Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with them. They're a bit high level for me, but still cool to see them. You know, that's a decently rare spawn. Oh, there's a horary Medicar. Don't really need to go out of my way for that one. Ooh, there's some shadows down there. Just casually hit me for 54 damage. That is not very nice of him. Of course, golems have always kind of just hit hard. And they have spells. They're kind of terrifying. Although at later levels, I don't think there's any really difficult golems. Like in the middle levels, they're quite difficult because you got like the crystal golems, which are really resistant to magic, and you got the diamond golems, which are really resistant to melee damage. But other than that, you know, any higher and you just start running out of them. Well, and then I guess you have the crystal golem Margrave, Suzerain, whatever it is. You have the big crystal golem and then the big diamond golems, which are both much higher level, but past that, there's nothing else really dangerous about golems, which is quite unfortunate. I really like the wind sounds out here. They're very scenic. Makes you feel like you're actually out in the mountains. Which, you know, it's kind of cool that Asheron's Call went about the background noise not as like putting music in like WoW did, but they went for like just ambiance and nothing else. So in towns you can like hear a bunch of people talking and laughing and maybe blacksmiths hitting things. And then way out in the woods you hear like when you're in the mountains you hear the wind blowing, birds screeching, all that cool stuff. Very scenic, very nice. And then there's no interruption if you want to put like music on in the background, you know? That's always a plus. Of course, I suppose in like WoW you could just turn off the music, but yeah, that's too easy. No more crystal stuff. Alright, well down here is where we found many basalt golems, so hopefully we'll find more of those around here. Because I think it was right in this pass here. We'll see. It's really hard to tell, like, where the basalt golems can mainly spawn, simply because on the wiki all it has is the little map that has all the little red dots wherever somebody reported seeing one, and that's how they get all their data. So the basalt golem could very well spawn somewhere completely different and just no one reported that it was there, and then we'd have no idea. Magma golems. Hey, this is counting towards my Tusker Guard kill task. I only need to kill 500 more of them. Yeah, I got nothing. Moving on. There's no basalt golems in this valley this time. There's a Madacar, though. I'll take it. Well, where do you think you're going? Nah, you don't need him. He's trying to run away from me. It's very rude. Didn't his parents ever teach him that it's polite when someone's trying to kill you to just stand there? Yeah, these seem to only drop the mana shards and not the motes. Another dye plant. So even once we get all the Pyreal, I'll need to send it over to my archer character. Because my archer is the one that has alchemy, and they can put the 2 Pyreal ingots together into a quality Pyreal ingot. And then that is what you give to the lady to make the Atlan weapon. But the last step of the process requires some alchemy skill, which is unfortunate. Why is this thing not attacking me? Guess I won't complain. Oh yeah, and this is the portal to Burr, which I cannot use yet. Because I need to go through like the whole quest line and everything. But I think over there is one of the better XP quests. I also think that's where you do like saving Asheron and everything, which is a really tough quest that people usually do with entire groups, but I'll probably end up doing it alone at some point. Because that's just how I do things. Although, I did kind of only end up beating that dungeon, I think, because I was able to just stand above them, because I was a mage on the character I last soloed saving Asheron on, and I was just able to kind of stand above them, and they would just run against the wall underneath me, and then I would just keep firing at them, and when I get to low health from their spells, I just back up and heal. And they can't get to me. But as a melee, you kind of need to be in their face. And that's not conducive to surviving. So certainly soloing things on this character will be a lot harder than I'm used to. Yeah, I'm not finding any more basalt golems. They just don't want me to be happy, do they? And nothing. Well, let's see, we need to run down to here again. Kill all the golems we see. Try to get another moat for another nugget so we can get an ingot. Yeah, I probably should have just found a good obsidian golem farming area. That certainly would have been more efficient, more dangerous, because I'd be like constantly fighting, but certainly you wouldn't have to worry about the luck of the draw when it comes to finding the enemies to fight. I suppose even if I'm not getting the moats... Ooh, there's a basalt golem. Even if I'm not getting the moats very quickly, I could very well still be getting a lot of XP, and obsidian hearts, and all that good stuff. Alright then. Did I kill those? Oh, no, I did. Yeah, I guess I did. That's weird. Okay, we got no moats, and then the basalt golem, and another nugget. Okay. I take back everything I said. This is the most efficient way, and I am epic. Okay. That's one of 2 bars. Of course, now I'm gonna go like another 10 years without seeing any more basalt golems, and I'm gonna switch right back to, I should have just been farming the moats. I'm just gonna keep flip-flopping between those. I'm just gonna steal this. Thanks. Bye. I should probably be in attack mode. One Pyreal bar. But you know, this is going faster than I thought it could possibly be going. You know, it could certainly be going slower. I mean, we're only almost an hour and a half in, and we're over halfway there. If I get another moat, of course. If I get another moat, then I'll be halfway to being fully done. Or 75% of the way there, overall. I need to remember to not try to use the Pyreal bar on the Pyreal bar. I'm gonna make sure I have my use crafting chance of success dialogue. Yes. Because this character doesn't have alchemy skill, so if I try to put the two together and it fails, then I think both the bars are wasted. And then I would have spent like 2 hours farming up a bunch of Pyreal just to watch it all disappear. Which reminds me, oh gosh, one time I was trying to make the composite bow, and I was putting together like it was at the final step, and it had like a 98% chance of succeeding. And so I was like, that's practically 100%. Like, no way I'm going to fail a 2% failure chance. Like that's just inconceivable. And of course I did. I somehow managed with 2% failure chance to fail on the final step of the composite bow, which is like the longest collect items quest in the game. Because you need to get 2 dire Madakar horns. You need to get 3 Drudge Ravener guts, or maybe more. It might be 4. I don't know. But you need to get a lot of these items, and then put them all together, each with its own, like, chance of failure. So, like, it might be a 99% chance, like, 5 times to get to the final portion. And I failed on that final portion with the 2% failure chance. And I was very sad because I had to spend like another 3 hours farming up all the different materials again to put the bow back together. Because, you know, this game is a bit ruthless. It's like if you don't succeed, it just destroys everything. Kind of like putting salvage on something, like you're trying to improve your best weapon and put salvage on it instead of just like, oh, you failed and made it slightly worse. No, it just destroys it. It's just like, whoops, I was trying to polish the axe handle and then somehow accidentally split it in half over my knee and the weapon just disintegrated into dust. That's unfortunate. Like, how does that even happen? I don't know. But the game is very merciless in that way. It doesn't care about your feelings or how long you spent grinding up all those materials. It just destroys them all. It's pretty great. And I mean, the stream seems to be doing well. You know, it doesn't seem to be stuttering at all, but I don't think it ever did stutter with Asheron's Call. That was just with Dark Souls 3. Where does this take me? Direlands Valleys. I'd rather not go to the Direlands right now. Thank you very much. We're making the loop around here again so we can head back up here and back down here until we find another basalt golem. Just gotta keep doing it. This is totally faster, trust me. We could spend some XP. Not very much, because I haven't gotten very much XP out here, you know, in the grand scheme of things. Let's, um, run skill. 10 more run skills so I can run this route slightly faster. Won't that be fun? Let's find another one of these Margraves and hope that this one actually has a corpse. I don't even know why I would need to loot these. I don't think they drop anything important. And they have some random items to sell, some pocket change. Which is weird because they don't have pockets because they're, you know, frost elementals. Like, why would they just have spare change? But we're not going to question it. Alright, but last time I killed one of these, the corpse just disappeared. So let's hope that doesn't happen again. Because I think these things, you know, I mean, they're high-level golems, so obviously they have a good chance of dropping motes of some kind. Oh, maybe I should have gone and gotten the Golem Lord's kill tasks. Hey, this one actually stuck around. It didn't drop any Pyreal, but it certainly dropped something. That's an improvement. You know, we're getting there. Well, wait. Alright, so you're saying the Pyreal is just frozen to their body? But they're an elemental, so they're like literally just the embodiment of cold. I don't even think they have a physical body per se. Although how slashing damage does anything to something without a physical body. I have no idea. And I suppose because they're like an embodiment of cold, they could be like a little whirlwind of cold air, and maybe trapped inside that whirlwind is a few coins just floating around. I don't know. I suppose that could be a workable excuse. Hey, magma golems. Still haven't found any motes from the magma golems, but I keep killing them. I mean, they're level 100. They should. Well, I mean, it is a good point. You can't exactly kill them without them having a physical form. I mean, unless you do... Okay. Theory. They, being the embodiment of cold, makes it so that if you warm them up, they die, because the cold that they were once made of is now gone. And swinging a weapon through the air that they are inhabiting causes heat. And thus, you are then marginally heating up the air as you're swinging your weapon through the enemy, thus slowly killing the enemy by removing the coldness they are made of. That's why, you know, fire weapons also do a lot more damage to them than slashing weapons. No, you're converting the physical gas into warmer physical gas. Of course, with the glacial golem Margrave, yeah, you're certainly able to hurt that thing because it does have a physical form, but you know. And yeah, in that case, the glacial golem would certainly be able to have the money frozen to it. I mean, it's just a big block of ice. You never know what it throws around. Although, who's out here just making random, like, snow and ice golems? I have no idea. I mean, I don't think golems just happen spontaneously, but they might. It might be a thing kind of like the Naths, where, basically every time a spell fizzles and, like, fails and the mana just goes out into the world, it all collects and kind of congeals into Naths, and they're like these little jelly things that cast a ton of spells at you. Uh, so it might work the same way with golems, where if the mana converges out in the wilderness into like a tree, then the tree might turn into a golem and assume like a humanoid-esque shape. I don't know. I'm not so sure about the lore of golems in this. But if it isn't a spontaneous thing, then someone has to be out here continuously making these. They're probably quite upset at me. They're just like, man, I've made like 10 basalt golems in the last day. Where the heck are they all going? I put it right here. Hey, basalt golems. Yeah, I think I was too busy theorizing and missed a basalt golem back there, so I'll need to backtrack a bit. Another nugget. We're almost there. If one of these guys just has a Pyreal moat on them, then we'll have exactly how much we need. Nope. Okay. Well, there was another... I saw on the Verindy sense there were 2 basalt golems, so if we backtrack, we should see the other one pop up on the radar again. Wherever that one might be. Maybe it was way up on the top of the mountain? I did run pretty far up here. But we're very, very close. Just either need one more moat or another nugget. Then we can finally leave. Ow. Good thing I increased my jump skill. Made my legs stronger. Alright, I cannot seem to find the other basalt golems. Could have sworn I saw it on there, but might have been a fever dream. Maybe just a figment of my imagination. This guy's just buffing himself up. It's not really gonna help me very much. Alright, so the basalt golems we fought were like right over here, right? No, they were somewhere around here. Yeah, they were up there. So, where would the other ones be? How do I even get to you? Yeah, you come over here. That's easy. I just need your moat. Okay. Well, in magma golems, maybe they'll give me a moat. Any moats? No. Carrying on then. Let's see. Yeah, I think I need to stop chasing the ghost of that basalt golem that I could have sworn was on the Verendi sense, but ended up disappearing. Because I'm not seeing it anywhere. I even backtracked, I front tracked, I did everything. It's just nowhere around here. Unless it was like way back there, because they do stay on the Verendi sense for quite some time, even after they've gone out of range. So maybe it was like significantly further back and I just didn't backtrack enough. But it would be nice to find another one of those, because that's another like 3 or 4 obsidian golems and another chance for a nugget. And it would be nice if I had the nugget, because then I could just put the rest of this spare Pyreal into the chest and have that contribute towards my Isparian weapon later. Ooh. That's a lot of enemies I want to kill. But no basalt golems. Ooh. Now that's good. Another rare. I did somewhat boost the rare drop rate on the server Because it's just me and I'm not going to be macroing, so it's not like I'll be finding... Because if I macroed with this rare drop rate, I would certainly get like 5 rares a night, if not more. But because it's all manual, I decided that having rares be less rare would be quite conducive to a more enjoyable experience. Plus, I've never found anything above like a tier 4 rare. And that's my dream, is to find a tier 6 rare. I've always wanted a rare weapon, but never found one. I mean, the best thing I've ever found was a skeleton key. Actually, I found 2 skeleton keys, I think. Which those are really good. I mean, if you have access to the gauntlet, then you can just open the gauntlet chest without actually having to do said gauntlet. But it's certainly not a rare weapon, you know? And I would like a rare weapon. Very much so. Because there's this one rare weapon that's a two-handed mace that has resistance cleaving bludgeoning and Ulthoi Slayer. And so that thing, that's like if I had to choose one single rare weapon to get, it would be that one. I mean, you fight Ulthoi for a large portion of this game, and just having a weapon that absolutely destroys them would be very nice. Dread Urson? I don't need Dread Ursons. I need Dread Madakars. But really, I mean, finding a rare weapon is one of those situations where it doesn't matter what kind of weapon it is. If you don't have a character that can use it, you'll make a character that can use it. Because it's far easier to level a character up to use the weapon than it is to find a rare weapon. So you just kind of take what you get. And hopefully, with the boosted rare drop rate, I will find one someday. You know, and it is crazy because I have been playing the game for almost like probably at least a dozen years. And for a lot of those I was macroing. And my dad macroed. He would like macro multiple accounts a night because he would be in charge of my account, my siblings' accounts, and his own account. So he would manage the macros every single night, and we would be killing thousands and thousands of creatures every single night, finding a ton of rares, but never have any of us in our family, as far as I remember, found a single rare weapon or a rare piece of armor. We've only ever found gems, which mean they're nice and all, but they're certainly not what I am looking for. But you know, in the end, that's the dream. You get your rare weapons. You put them up in your fancy mansion. And you know, life is good. Alright, well, if this guy drops a moat, then we're out of here. He probably won't, though. Because, I mean, the first one, the corpse disappeared, and the second one didn't drop any Pyreal, so we will hope. There we go. Nothing. Alright, well, continuing on. So close, but yet so far. If I hadn't missed that earlier golem, I might have already been done. But I just had to go into the, you know, get completely lost in thought about how golems work and who's making them. But you know, the best part about farming them around here is that the place you need to go to turn them in is like right over here. So you can just run over there. Of course, I'm gonna need to go all the way back to the house to give the Pyreal bars to my alchemist so that they can put them together into the thing that I then take to the crater village. So it'll still require the run back, but if I had alchemy on this character, I could just run over there. I still need a lot of skill credits. You get those very sparingly. Because I need 4 more for item enchantment, and then 4 overall for cooking, and then I'll need 12 to specialize magic defense. But I'm pretty sure I did all my math correctly, that you can overall get enough skill points to do all that. I think by my calculations you need to be level 180 in order to get all that done, so I have like 119 levels to go. 118 because I'm almost leveled here. But that doesn't really make it sound any better. But you know, oh, I was just 44. Yeah, I was. But then you see, I did the Tusker Guard kill quest. You know, the one where I killed the 500 Tuskers. And that gave like 40 million XP. And it turns out 40 million XP gets you a few levels. Uh, so, you know, it happens. I could probably go and finish out the facility hub at some point here. Cause that I think that place only goes to like level 50? 45. Yeah. So I'm a bit over leveled for the rest of the quests there. Dreaderson, don't need them. Need the basalt golem. Can you imagine just like living somewhere in this area in like a isolated cabin, and you just see some madman running past every like 10 minutes? They just run past like, where's the basalt golem? Give them to me. I know you're hiding them. And you just like cowering in the corner, like, make him go away. Yeah, that's me. That's what I'm doing. I mean, in case you didn't notice, that the situation I was describing was me being the terrorizer. I know it's very subtle, but make it stop. Yeah, yeah, that's probably what they'd be thinking. Especially because if you're living this far out in the mountains, you probably came out here for some peace and quiet, and I just don't let that happen ever. Maybe this is the guy's house right here, and he's just living in this cave and has his Ulthoi and Tuskers as like guard dogs outside. Maybe he's the one that makes all the golems. You see, it's coming full circle. He's living out here, making golems, having the time of his life, and I just come in, ruin his peace and quiet, kill all his golems, and then run off into the wilderness. Then I come back and he's just polishing up his newest basalt golem, and I just run in and beat it up again. Probably completely like ruining this guy's life. But in the end, I feel like me having an Atlan weapon is probably more important than this guy's life. I mean, he's just some golem making mountain hobo. I don't think that he's more important than an Atlan weapon. I mean, that thing's like a legendary weapon that you can use for hundreds of levels. Well, 100 levels probably. It does get outdated eventually. Hey, 62. Moats? No moats. Hey, there's a black rock. I'll take that. Not exactly sure why I need just some random black rock off of a magma golem, but I'll take it. It's obviously important for something. Probably give it to a stone collector, and then they give me some other random stone. Really? I just had to put the crystal golem right next to level 160 enemy that I really don't want to have to fight. Ow. Oh, he's just debuffing me. Okay. Okay, you only cast level 4s. I can deal with level 4 spells. Man, this kind of reminds me of beating up the Baron Neruvius guy. That was fun. I ran out of potions. Good times. It was a very nice like hour of my life killing that guy. Although it's probably only like 10 minutes. It certainly felt like a long time. But I only had to like lay down like 5 times, so it's probably only every couple minutes I'd need to do that and then spend a minute lying down. So probably 15 minutes tops. But it felt like a long time because I was like almost getting one shot every 2 seconds. Oh, but if the hermit guy lives on Burr, then he kind of deserves it. Those Burr in there, they just cause trouble. I mean, we're gonna go invade their homeworld eventually and kill them all. So it's probably good that I'm terrorizing him. He can spread the word about my rise to power. Well, let's see. It's almost been 2 hours. Still no basalt golems. Getting real unlucky with all the spawns. And I'm getting really unlucky with all the magma golems. Like, I could have sworn those things drop moats. So they might not. So I killed like 20 of them and not a single one dropped a moat. But I also got the crystal fragment, which is nice. For something, I think. Not really something I need to do, but it's nice to have it, I guess. Oh, and there's another Margrave, I think. Killed like 3 of these guys and none have dropped anything, so kind of a long shot to see if this guy will drop it. So let's see, I'm level 62. I think... Actually, I have no idea. Garland Citadel has multiple different, like, level brackets. I was thinking of attempting it at one of those brackets, but I probably want to do the 100+ one. Because then you'd get the best version of the weapon. Yeah, I'll probably wait on that until I'm after level 100. Plus, the final boss of that dungeon keeps getting... he's, like, disproportionately harder at the lower levels compared to the higher ones. Which has always been a bit weird to me. But I think it's just because the... you know, strength progression of the characters are a bit weird. The Basalt Golem. I have found him. And a dye plant, which is even more important. Everyone knows being able to dye your clothes is the most important thing in the world. Alright, now for the moment of truth. Nope. No Pyreal on him this time. You know, that hermit guy, he's got to start making some better golems, you know? He just keeps making duds. Yeah, but I haven't gone and looked at this cottage neighborhood over here. And just drag some Tuskers into the neighborhood and completely terrorize the place. Of course, no one lives here because, you know, I'm alone, but it's nice to see it. It's just all empty and sad. Yeah, my luck has been pretty horrendous. Why is that Mamaya chasing me? I didn't get anywhere near him. Get out of here. No one likes you, Mamaya. Hmm. Yeah, I'm finding nothing. Which I guess is pretty, normal. Seeing as how it's considered a rare enemy. And we've killed 11 rare enemies. I mean, to be fair, I think half of those are the sentient fragment crystal rares. But still, that's a lot of them. I thought I was only going to kill like 5 of them today, but evidently not. Well, if I do end up killing all 50, which hopefully I don't end up running around this circle long enough to kill 50 rare enemies, but if I do, that's a lot of XP. Even just from having killed all those banished creatures, I'm going to get a lot of XP. Which means I'm going to get even more levels. Hmm. Yeah, not much to talk about. It's just a rock. There's some trees. There's not really anything going on in the game itself. I could talk about Dark Souls 3, because that's what I'll be playing tomorrow. I wonder how many streams it'll take me to beat Dark Souls 3. Because, I mean, I'm doing the DLCs as well, which I never fully beat all the DLC areas. I've beaten Sister Freed once, but I've never gotten past the Demon Princes, I don't think. I got to them, but I never got past them. So, that'll be interesting. But I mean, in one 4-hour stream, I got all the way up to the Wolnir. I think that's his name. Big skeleton dude. So, in a second stream, I should be able to maybe kill Pontiff. That would be nice. And actually, I am, like, if I kill Wolnir, I'll be right into Irithyll. So that means that I can go and get the lightning gem pretty easily. Oh, but I think the coal you need is way down in the Irithyll dungeon to turn your weapon lightningy, which is unfortunate. Where the heck does this cliff go? Why is it not letting me attack this thing? I really hate it when they put the enemies way, way out. on these steep hills, because then it's like, how the heck do you even get to them? There's a lot of enemies behind me. But I'm a two-handed character, so that shouldn't be too big of an issue. Ow. They just keep taking turns throwing spells at me. No Pyreal motes. Nothing really at all useful. Can't wait until I get to 400 attack skill. Then I get my really good weapon. But that is a long ways off, as I just hit 325 base attack skill lately. So I doubt getting to 400 will be at all easy. But someday I'll max it out. Which actually, I mean, you start maxing out skills like around level 120, 130. So it really won't be all that long until I start maxing it out, but still not very nice. Be a while. Yeah, this hermit guy is being real stingy with his basalt golems. You should just get it over with. Give me what I want, and then I'll leave, you know? I think that would be the most painless option for him. Maybe he's only got the one Pyreal nugget left. He's not wanting to put it into any of the golems that I'm fighting, or else he won't be able to make golems anymore. But at this rate, it doesn't seem like I'll have enough time to really go farm the dread Madakars very much. Because, I mean, I was only planning for about a 2-hour stream. But I can't stop until I find all that Pyreal. And then I need to put the Pyreal together. And then I need to take it to the NPC and get the weapon. And then next stream, I would probably have to go and find all the Atlan stones so I can actually use the Atlan weapon, which will be fun. Is this in consumable? I think this is... That's not consumable. Okay, it's in items, right? No. Where do you add this to? Gems, food, kits, potions, charges. Oh, it is there. Okay. It did it. Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, the Virindi tank automatically uses mana stones for you, so you still need to like manually fill them if you're not macroing, but it'll make sure your stuff doesn't run out of mana automatically. So that is always nice. And then it'll yell at you if you need to charge something but don't have enough charged mana stones. I've still got a bit of mana in these. Man, I'm not even seeing like magma golems anymore. Well, I'm still getting dye plants. That's what's important. I mean, that I guess that could be a plausible answer where like the reason the basalt golems only spawn around this area is because of the specific temperature it's always at. And yet because I've been running around so much, I raised the temperature out of their comfortable range and all the basalt golems just left or died. That is a good theory. I am running pretty quickly and I've been at this for 2 hours, so it is entirely possible. You know, I personally am the reason for global warming. Just my movement heats up the atmosphere. Though if you think about that logically, like the amount of heat that a human would need to off-put to heat up the atmosphere, any meaningful amount would be absolutely immense. Like you would be, needless to say, you would be dead. You know, that's the obvious thing. But I think that you would literally be like molten. You'd just be a puddle of molten carbon if you were to actually put off that amount of heat. But luckily, my character is made of pixels, and pixels don't melt very easily. I wonder if the hidden presence event is still happening. Probably not, because I mean it's not winter anymore. Last time I was playing on the server, it was winter, and I was able to get the hidden presence. It was quite nice, you know. There's no easier way of getting alternate currencies. Maybe next Christmas though, I'll do a whole stream of just running around and opening a bunch of the hidden gifts. And hopefully by that point I'll be high enough level that I'll be able to actually get most of them. Because some of them are hidden in really high level areas. Well, back to the start of the loop. For like what, the 6th, 7th time? Maybe more? I don't know. I'm losing track. Yeah, I haven't even seen a glacial golem Margrave in a while. It's a crystal golem. Yeah, I haven't seen this in like the entire last loop. It's such bad luck. Just give me the moat and this can all be over, golem. I'll stop killing your people. Nope. I guess he wants his people to be slaughtered. You know, after a certain point, I always start doing that. Like, start bargaining with the enemies. Just like, if you just give me what I want, I'll leave. They never do, you know? They try to be a hero and keep their moats to themselves, but it just ends up prolonging their suffering. I mean, I know that the Pyreal moats act as, like, their brain, so essentially I'm telling them to just give me their brain, but you know, I'm just saying that's a small price to pay for me not committing genocide on their entire population. I do wonder if a golem doesn't drop Pyreal, does that mean that it didn't have any and thus doesn't have a brain? Or possibly that they're just like maybe me destroying the golem damaged the Pyreal in some way and thus I couldn't retrieve it, or maybe it's always in there and I just can't always find it. I don't know. You know, it's definitely difficult to logic out MMO logic. Kind of like in WoW, how you can like pick up armor off of an enemy, but then they're still wearing the armor, and it's like how does that make sense? Or the corpse, you like take the head off of a corpse to go and show the guy to finish the quest, but then it's like you look down and the body still has a head, and it's like that's not right. How does that work? Or it's even worse is when you're in a group and you kill one dude and it drops a head for each person in your party, and it's like, how the heck did we just get like 7 heads from this one dude? That's, I guess, 5, because in that game 5 is the maximum group size, but it's like that doesn't make any sense. That's kind of breaking the laws of thermodynamics. You know, there's a lot of champions of the blood, but no golems. I would very much appreciate some more golems. Hmm. Yeah, this final, it's really making me work for this final nugget. I swear, if it gives me another basalt golem and then just has it not drop a nugget, I'm gonna be a bit upset. Cause it's been a long time coming at this point. Like the last 20 minutes just running around trying to get this one last piece. Which actually, I think, I don't know if this is just a psychological phenomenon, but it always seems like if you're trying to kill an enemy for a certain item, they'll not drop it for like, hey, another basalt golem. They'll not drop it for like 20 minutes of just killing them, and then the second you get the item, like 5 of them drop in a row. It's just like, I just needed the one, but all of a sudden you get the one item painstakingly, and then it starts dropping. Okay. Any moats? I just need either a moat or a nugget. There's a heart. I'll take that. Now you better have dropped. You dropped another heart. I'll certainly take that, but that's not a moat nor a nugget. I like what it says. The deadly force of your attack was so strong that the obsidian golem's ancestors felt it. I'm just like, well, I probably killed that obsidian golem's ancestors myself, so of course they felt it. You know, I've been killing like 5 different generations of golems at this point. Yet no Pyreal. At least we have some salvaging to do. That'll keep our minds busy for like 0.2 seconds. We can organize. These are tomb bond. I need to give these to a town crier because I don't need them anymore. Put these notes over here. Got some rares. Yeah, I mean, no matter how much organizing I do, this is still a lot of waiting. There's only so much organizing one person can do. Obsidian hearts up there. Pyreals go in there. Healing kits are supposed to go in there, but this is full. No, that's when you go in there. Okay. Then we don't need this. We can use one of those on it. You know, I probably should have been doing this the whole time because I could have completely sorted out the entire inventory. Had it all figured out. I still need to get rid of all these. It'd be better to sell. It can be sold, but only for 5,000 Pyreal. I think it would be better just to smash it for some mana. There are more crystals. Hey, crystal stuff. Not that that's what I need, but it's somewhat close to what I need. That counts for something, right? Put that down here. Probably move these to the back of that. It's all organized. Yeah, that's good. Still have 0 chest rank. You see that's how you can tell someone's a noob is when they haven't grinded up their chest rate. You know, you gotta get that chest rank nice and high so that everyone knows that you're a pro player. Also, I don't remember. I remember Morg said something about the LAN party stuff. I think she was saying that she's not gonna be streaming tomorrow. Although if Void is streaming tomorrow because of the LAN party stuff, it seems like the trend is that he's starting around 3:30 or something, somewhere around there. So I guess I could raid into him if I end up streaming long enough to catch him. Late night Friday? Okay. So I'm probably not going to be streaming all the way from 11 a.m. to whenever they start streaming, but I'll check at the end of tomorrow's stream and see if they're available for that. Can Nobulus golems, or I guess a mist golem, drop it? Maybe. Ah, that makes sense. Man, it's been giving me a lot of dye plants. It's very nice. Yeah, I've gotten 7 dye plants right here. Garlicky toast, like, is that like the toast variation of garlic bread? I've certainly had lots of garlic bread in my time, and that stuff's good. Nine cloves of garlic. That is a lot of garlic. I mean, I guess it all depends on the proportions, like how much a couple pats of butter is, but 4-1 in garlic's favor, that is, oh boy. I mean, garlic is good, but I feel like that would be a little overwhelming personally, but you know, we all have our different tastes, so just enough butter to wet it. That is, when you said very garlicky, you were not kidding. Jeez. I mean, certainly, I always put extra garlic onto garlic bread whenever I get it, because I feel like they never put enough. You need like a bit of extra butter to get into like the little, all the corners, and you get the garlic powder. It's very nice. It's a random skeleton here. Maybe this is the hermit guy I've been tormenting. He just ended up spontaneously dying out here trying to make his next golem. Maybe that's why I haven't been finding any more golems. Because the guy's dead. Hmm. No friends. Very sad. I mean, even when I'm playing on a populated server, I usually don't have anyone on the friends list. Because it's usually just my brother and I that I play with. Don't have many contracts. I might want to get contracts just to keep track of everything. Eventually. Well, once I'm actually doing daily quests every day. But I just need to get to level 180. And then everything will be smooth sailing from there. Assault golem. Where? This one has to have the nugget. It was the hermit guy's last golem. Well, it dropped a rare. That's a plus. Nugget. There's no nugget. Well, we got another rare. We've been killing like tons and tons of enemies out here, so it makes sense. It was kind of weird that none of the or that the Tusker guards weren't dropping many rares. I might just be getting really lucky with the rares. Because I'm not getting lucky with the Pyreal, which is what we're out here for. But it's something. You know, these will eventually come in handy. Especially the Alchemist Crystal, that's actually good. Deceiver Crystal, I'll probably just turn that in for a Coliseum ticket or something. I will need to end up getting myself Coliseum flagged. Because, you know, usually you get high-level characters to run low-level characters through, and you usually have, like, a big group of people who do the Coliseum quests, but since I'm the only one here, I'm gonna need to self-flag for the entire Coliseum, which I've done before. I've certainly done it before. On my mage, back on Reef Cull, I managed to self-flag for the entire uh, repertoire of Coliseum bosses. Wasn't all that hard, really. And actually, I think it would be easier with a two-handed person because I can hit more than one enemy at a time. So maybe it'll go even faster and I'll get even farther. Because really, the hardest part of the Coliseum when it comes to... Oh, but the Sleech Room. Ugh. Anyway, but the hardest part of the Coliseum is killing things fast enough. Because I think you only have 1 hour to do the entire Coliseum. Which is a bit redundant, seeing as how I think that was implemented to make it so that one group of people can't just hog the Coliseum all day. But seeing as how I'm the only person here, I'm supposed to hog the entire Coliseum. But you know, I'm probably not good enough at the code manipulation of this game to make it so I could get rid of that timer. Plus, then it would be a bit unfair. You know, it's like half the challenge is trying to get through it quickly. But I might be able to do it eventually. That's like level 200 stuff, though. And those Sleeches, they are like my least favorite enemies in this entire game. Because they just cast a ton of like level 7 acid vulns and then spam acid bolts at you, and they barely hit like in melee at all. They just spam a bunch of spells all the time. And it's horrible. And I believe in the Colosseum there was an entire room that was the Sleech room. It just spawned a million Sleeches. But I mean, at this rate, if, you know, we actually get out of this Pyreal seeking purgatory, eventually we'll be pretty close to being able to start some of the big quests. And those are where things get interesting. The Gaerlin Citadel, the Ancient Armor quests, the Noble Armor quests, all that stuff. At this point, I kind of wish that I could just melt down the money Pyreals into just Pyreal motes. Yeah, that would be efficient. And they have thousands of Pyreals. Why can't I just melt them down? Aside from it being like illegal and all that to destroy legal tender, but you know, at a certain point you gotta bend the rules. When the game's not giving you Pyreal, you gotta make your own. That's maybe too much garlic. You don't say. I mean, a 4-to-1 ratio. That's you might as well just like you might as well just be chewing on pure garlic. Like that is probably unpleasant at a certain point. All right, magma golems. Speaking of garlic toast, though, I wonder what I should have after the stream. Ooh, Aetheria. I'll take that. No Pyreal. I mean, if I had any, like, fresh garlic cloves, I guess we do have, like, minced garlic somewhere. I was gonna say, if I had fresh garlic, I would maybe try it, but I'm also quite hesitant to try such a creation. It sounds a bit scary, honestly. I could have more leftovers. That's probably what I'll have. Because we made like this, okay, yesterday. No, not, yes, yesterday. We made like a chicken casserole thing. That was really good. That's like one of my favorite meals that we can make. So I had leftovers of that today. But I already had some of those leftovers, so I probably shouldn't have any more. But yesterday I ate a lot of it. But we also have leftovers of, like an egg thing that we made. I guess it's almost like a casserole. But yeah, that was also good. And I still have leftovers of that. So I should probably have that as well before it goes bad. Ooh, and I still have cherries. Because the cherries are almost, yeah. Egg casserole and cherries. Totally won't clash flavor wise. That'll be fine. But you know, I think this is like scientific proof right here that the second you get to the final item you need, the game just stops giving you the item. Because I mean, things were going slowly, but at the very least steadily for the last, or like for the first couple hours, and then it's just kind of stagnated entirely. We haven't got new Pyreal in the last hour at least. And this isn't even anywhere near the worst grind of the entire game. Certainly in the late game, I'm gonna have multiple, probably couple hour streams just trying to get a certain like set of armor. And then like I might even need to do like an endurance stream to do that. Just farm the enemies for like 8 hours straight. Because it's a bit painful. But at least those are guaranteed drops. You know? That one it's like you need 100 of them for one piece of armor. And there's 5 pieces of the armor. And you're not guaranteed to get the correct piece of armor every time you turn it in because it's random. But at the very least, every group of enemies you kill drops one of the trophies that you need. So you just need to kill 100 groups, which is 500 groups, and each group is generally 5 enemies. So 500 times 5 is 2,500. So you just need to kill at least 2,500 of those enemies. And then, of course, for every piece of armor that you get that's incorrect, you'll need to kill an extra 500 until eventually you get the right ones. So that'll be fun. That'll be a good streaming experience right there. But luckily, it gives a ton of XP at the very least, you know? Like, you might not get the piece of armor you want, but you'll get a few levels. You know, even after I got all the pieces I wanted, I ended up going back there for just the sheer XP efficiency of it. Started getting my brother a set of armor as well. Which I don't know if he ever ended up getting that. I don't think he did. I think he ended up just getting a loot generated set of armor, which overall was probably better because it gave him all the buffs he needed. Of course, on this character, I'm going to be going for that armor. It's going to be great. Because this character can actually buff themselves later on, so they'll have no need of armor that buffs them. Just need the moderates and majors and epics. All the cantrips. I can put these together. And then... Can I put these together? No. But with these ones, I then need to get shadow fragments and combine the crystal and shadow fragments into scintillating shards, and then combine those into bigger scintillating gems that you then turn in to get some shadow armor. So that's fun. This is actually not a very bad place to farm the crystals for it. Because normally I would go into the... what is it? the Chandelaine crystal vestibule or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember what its name was off the top of my head, but it it's a pretty good place. It just has a bunch of crystals in the lower areas of it. And so you just kill all the crystals for like 20 hours and then you end up with, crystals. But out here, you actually get pretty large chunks of crystals at a time if you find the sentient fragments. Not that they're very common, just like these basalt golems. And of course, I'm sure if I was looking for the crystal guys, the game wouldn't give them to me either. Because it knows what I need. It keeps them from me on purpose. Yeah, I was not expecting this stream to go this long. I really thought this would be like 2 hour adventure, in and out, be done with it. But no, it is 2 hours 47 minutes. That's fine. We'll just keep running. I don't know how my character can stay at like full sprint for almost 3 hours, but yeah, I guess they just have good stamina or something. Of course, I guess when you leave something like a macro running overnight, your character has to be fighting for possibly up to like 8 hours at a time. So I guess it's not the just running around isn't the most stamina requiring thing that you could put your character through. Hmm. Where are all the golems? Like seriously, they were here. You saw them. They were all over the place when I was first running through here, and now they're all gone. I don't know where they went. Definitely had nothing to do with me killing them all and pushing them to the brink of extinction. That can't have anything to do with it. I'll back up this mountain for the seventh, eighth time. Somewhere in there. Can I up my run any further? Probably. Run slightly faster. Heat up the atmosphere a bit more. I can't stop the stream until I find it. So, I mean, technically, the game could just kind of hold me hostage here. If it was malicious enough, it could just never spawn what I need. And continually keep me in this Pyreal purgatory. But it wouldn't do that. It's just, I'm just getting unlucky. Totally. Yeah, just very unlucky. Or possibly I should have just, you know, gone and farmed Pyreal motes the regular way instead of trying to do it this way, which I don't know, could somewhat, hey, a basalt golem, which could possibly be faster, but I kind of am doubting it at this point. Because while you get the Pyreal in bigger chunks, these things just are not spawning often enough to be worth the larger, you know. I can't see anything. Alright. Once again, the moment of truth. Does anyone have Pyreal for me? Hey, another black rock. That's very useful. Another obsidian heart. Still good. Nothing. And nothing. Okay. More running. Yeah, I'm telling you, just really just unlucky. That's it. That's the reason why we got 5 obsidian hearts. And not the Pyreal moat we need. You know, could happen to anybody. I mean, at this point, it might even be, well, that's true. I could always get the last moat another way. And I was just thinking that there is a place where there are a few spawns of obsidian golems that are, like, guaranteed. It's an outdoor location, and I need to constantly wait for the respawn, but I'd be able to kill, like, 9 obsidian golems every respawn period. And that would certainly drop moats eventually. But that's, let's see, that is all the way, I think right about here. I think that's where it is. Either that or it's over here. Which is a long run from the nearest portal. So if I was going to be doing it that way, I probably should have gotten that set up already. But I'm doing it this way. It'll all be worth it when I get that 4th nugget. And these guys, can these guys even, I need to look this up. Because I've killed like many of these guys now. And they've never dropped any Pyreal. Glacial Margrave. Can these even drop? It does say on the wiki that they can indeed drop Pyreal. It doesn't say how often, but it's there. These guys can't drop Pyreal though because they're just elementals. At least fighting this thing is better than running. Somewhat, at least. I remember in the Colosseum, when I was trying to self-flag with my mage a while back, there was a Crystal Golem Lord, and that thing took forever to kill. Because, you know, Crystal Golems are super resistant to magic damage, And of course, my mage could only do magic damage, so I had to be hitting him for like, I don't know, 50 damage a spell consistently the entire fight, and the thing had like thousands of health. So it was a long and arduous battle. That'll be a lot easier on this character. Once we, eventually get to that point. Someday. Crystal Golem. They can drop Pyreal. Nope. No Pyreal here. Just need a couple, maybe, I mean, we could get what we need with one more Basalt Golem, but I'm gonna say we just need a couple more Basalt Golems in case it doesn't drop it. So just a couple more. If only the game would give me just a couple more golems. Plus, I mean, even if the Basalt Golem doesn't give me the item I need, at least it's counting towards the rare enemies kill task. Where is this guy? Down there? It's hard to tell. Let's see up. Oh, he's over here. Okay. But I've probably killed like 15 out of 50 of the rare enemies by now, so that's, it's progress. And nothing. Yeah, I don't know what the exact drop rate on these nuggets are, but I'm pretty sure it's really high. Like 50 or 60% drop rate. And I'm just getting ultra unlucky. Let's see. Yeah, I've killed 17 rare enemies out of 50 now. So that's good progress at the very least. Of course, I could always just go back to the house and pick up a Pyreal sliver or a Pyreal mote out of the house chest. I wasn't wanting to do that, but it's always on the table. Maybe it's the game's way of saying stop refusing help from your other characters. Because, I mean, every other character I have on here was characters that I played myself, so I shouldn't be locking myself out of a bunch of materials I've previously hard-earned, but and I guess the early game is just kind of a slog, so getting through it really quickly could be quite nice. Oh yeah, there's a Tusker Shrine. I don't need that. No Pyreal. You know, and some people say that luck doesn't exist. I think I used up all my good luck getting the first few nuggets. And now my luck is completely drained out. 0 luck left. I'll get it eventually. It's only a matter of time. And you know, I've technically got all day to do this, so it wouldn't be preferable to just be running around these mountains all day long, but I certainly could do it. Nothing really stopping me. Maybe today is the endurance stream just to try to find this last Pyreal moat. 8 hours straight of just killing golems in the mountains. That would be fun. And everyone in chat at that point is just begging me to go home and pull the Pyreal moat out of the chest. And I'm just like, nope. I must get it. I mean, at this point, it's just like the sunk cost fallacy. It's just like I've already put like 3 hours into just running around these mountains and killing golems. I gotta find the final moat this way. Can't give up now. Of course, they call it a fallacy for a reason. Basically meaning you shouldn't, you know, actively do it. But I'm just gonna ignore that fact. Maybe I should just type into this golem. Just every golem. A pack golem? Where the heck is the pack golem? Because that shouldn't be anywhere? I can't even click on it, so I don't know why it's showing up. It's obviously not anywhere near us. Alright, but at least with golem put in here, it'll show up like crystal golems and everything as well. Magma golems. Let's go kill them. At this point, any type of golem that can drop Pyreal is welcome. Nope. Maybe it's because I keep going in the same pattern. I need to break from the pattern and go a different direction. Then all the basalt golems will appear. Nope. Because I always run on the outside area here, but I never run through this area. Could be full of basalt golems and I'd never know. Nope. Blighted oak golems, I don't even think they can drop Pyreal. So we're just gonna keep ignoring them. Unless they can drop it, and I've just been completely ignoring a giant good source of Pyreal motes. Because I've seen like 20 of those and I haven't killed them. Another glacial golem Margrave. Might as well. If this guy just gives me one Pyreal, and then we're done. That's it. Kinda weird that he puts cold vuln on me. I think he does bludgeoning damage. Nope. No Pyreal. Yeah, I feel like this was certainly the less efficient way of doing it. Or at the very least, it's the more luck-dependent way. Because if you're killing, like, if you're in a place where you can kill hundreds of golems, then you're getting a ton more chances to get said Pyreal, but if you're limiting the number of golems you're killing, then you just have fewer chances, and thus, if you're unlucky, it will affect you much more than if you're doing the other method. So I suppose if you're feeling super lucky, then this route probably is faster. But overall, it's probably smarter to just do it the traditional way. You know, I really expected more from these magma golems. Like, you know, they're level 100 and they can't even give me some measly Pyreal scraps. Alright, well, I'm gonna take my business over to this area, because I believe all up through there you can have the basalt golems spawning. So we've just been around this place because this is where they're concentrated most, but I'm gonna try moving up this direction. See if we have any better luck up that way. At the very least, it'll be a nice change of scenery than these four same mountaintops. A long ways to run, though. Lots of blighted oak golems. The only golems I don't need. Yeah, I really need to up my salvaging as well, because it is piddly. 100 salvaging is better. Let's see, because I was earlier using my skill of weapon tinkering, which was 191. So, salvaging won't even come into play just yet until I get it much higher. Alright, but mighty oak golems, these can certainly drop. These can certainly drop some moats for us. Just I don't think the blighted ones can. Blighted oak, we don't need them. Mist golem, probably not. That's a big mountain. Certainly taller than most of the ones I've been climbing thus far. Maybe the taller mountain means that there's more basalt golems on them. Maybe there's a correlation there. Probably not, because I think all the spawn areas are random, but you know, obviously the game has been putting luck against me, so obviously I need to do something to appease the game. But yeah, I'm not seeing any golems up here either. I wonder what the highest mountains in the game are. Probably something on Ireland. That place has some high mountains. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything up here. So we'll head down into the lowlands again. Dang blighted oak golems. We don't need you. Now I'm starting to feel like we probably should have just stayed over here. Because, I mean, at least over here we know the right enemies can spawn. We don't know what the spawn rates are anywhere else around here. So it's not nearly as guaranteed that we can find them. At this point, it's just we're running and hoping that we're still in the right area to find them, and that they're going to spawn eventually. Which is a bit... What server am I on? I'm on my own server. My own privately hosted server on my own computer. Oh, and there's another Margrave. Doesn't seem like the drop chance on these things are all that great, but we'll keep trying it. What DATs am I playing? Just the most up-to-date ones. The end of retail AC emulator DATs. I don't know, are there multiple? I think... I mean, I think there are ones that are, like, for pre-Throne of Destiny DATs and all that, but... Yeah, I'm just playing end of retail. Yeah, but I've seen your streams. You play a lot on Decarutide, right? Yeah. Yeah, I've played on there a bit. It's pretty fun. I haven't been doing it recently. I kind of fell out of it and haven't gotten back in yet, but at some point I was thinking that I would stream some Decarutide. If, you know, demand is great enough. Otherwise, I'll probably just keep running around on here doing my thing. Yeah. Oh, it was good to meet you. I was surprised to see you here. I'll see you around. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the philosophy you have to come into streaming with, is just kind of, if you do games that you aren't currently enjoying, you're not gonna be able to stick with it. Alright, well we found a Glacial Golem Margrave up here, but not any Basalt Golems. Quite unfortunate. I do know from the wiki, let's see, because I'm pretty sure this upper string of mountaintops was also, yeah, it's also covered in dots where these things can spawn, so they should be spawning out this way just as much as they were in the other place we were farming. A Nubulus Golem. I should really check if those can actually drop Pyreal, because if they can, I should probably be killing them. Just on the off chance that they're the ones that drop it. Okay, well, Mist Golems can. Nubulus Golem. I don't know how to... Yeah, I don't know how to spell that. But I'm assuming if the Mist Golems can... If Mist Golems can drop the Pyreal motes, then probably the Nubulus Golems can as well. So I guess I'll start killing those, just in case. Not that I'm even finding any of those now. Magma golems and a nebulous golem. That's way down there. Alright, we'll give the magma golems another try. It seems that the magma golems almost always spawn a third one, which is odd, but it's nice. That's an extra attempt for a moat. Another black rock. Alright, nebulous golem. We'll attempt that. No moat. Well, we're approaching 3 hours 30 minutes. It's almost an hour past the point where I said it's an hour since we got any Pyreal. Which is just absolutely horrible luck. I mean, even if the basalt golems aren't dropping anything, I've killed dozens of other golems that all have a chance to drop it. None of them have. So that is just absolutely... It can't be anything except just rotten luck. But at least we have our dye plants. We almost have 3 of each. Oh yeah, 4, 3, 2. Nice. But you know, dye plants are important. I'll at least never run out of blue, light blue, or white dye plants. Can add them to my already huge dye collection in the house chest. It's already in there next to all the spare Pyreal that I'm not touching for some reason. Portal space, huh? I seem to remember that quest. I don't remember exactly details about it, but I remember there's a crystal golem. I remember something about it, though. Ow. I'm out of healing kits there. Let's... Yeah, that could have been bad if I hadn't killed it like then. But we're fine. That's not a moat. And that's not a moat. Didn't even get any crystal. Sad. Let's see, Nubulus Golem. Let's go get him. And nothing. Alright, if we end up getting to 3 hours 45 minutes, I'm just gonna be going back to the house and and grabbing the Pyreal out of the chest. Because obviously at that point the luck is so bad that no matter what, it's never giving me the Pyreal. And I just need to cheat the system. While I'm at it, I might as well look up these blighted oak golems and see if I should have been killing them this whole time. Let's see, golem. Blighted oak golem. Nope, they absolutely cannot drop Pyreal. So I was right. Yeah, and I feel like I've been lied to. They said that the basalt golems can spawn anywhere in here, but I have not seen a single one, and I've run through, well, like 7 or 8 clicks of this entire area. Which you would think if they could spawn over here that they would be somewhere over here at all. We'll head over to this mountain and then over to this mountain. See if they're anywhere around there. Oh, the defiled temple. That place, I think, is where you do. Yeah, that's where you do a certain quest that I should do at some point. It's the Assault Totem quest. I think just called usually the Assault quest. Or the Tersh. Yeah, I think it's called the Assault quest, but the totem is the Tersh totem. And we need to get that. But right now we're busy. Even though we're pretty close. We could run over there. It would probably still be faster to just go through the housing system and get over to here and then just run that distance. Yeah, we certainly had, well, it's funny to say, but we certainly had better luck over at the other mountain range. Still sour luck, but it was better luck. Hey, we could go to the black market. That's always fun. I actually don't know what... I don't think I've ever been there, really. I wonder what's on the black market. Let's see, shall we? Northwatch Castle Black Market. Interesting. It's only accessible to those who are in the society who currently controls Northwatch Castle. And you need to be level 180 to be in a society, so I can't access that yet. This is a nice house. Has a good view. I guess each house here is kind of on the edge of a cliff. This one's windows staring right out over the cliff, which is very nice. Very scenic neighborhood. Yeah, I'm not finding anything out here. I haven't even seen a golem in a while now. Like, how does that work? Normally golems are everywhere. Oh, the mighty oak golem. That thing has a chance to drop what I need. He's up here. That's the Warlock of the Blood. And nothing. Mist golem. And we got a banished Mamaia as well. Lots of interesting enemies. And nothing. Here's a crystal. Alright, well, I mean it's not 3:45, but we've been seeing so few golems out here that I think I need to just make the executive decision to go grab the Pyreal from the chest and not get the rest out here. Because this has just gone on long enough. You know, at first it was going great, and we were getting the Pyreal steadily, and then it just kind of plummeted. And once you've gotten no Pyreal in like 2 hours, you know you're not really gonna be making any more progress. It's just completely stagnated. So we're just gonna go in here and grab the Pyreal moat from here, which we then combine like that. And then we put the bars into the chest. And then we need to go get our alchemist, which is this one. Alright, my alchemy should be definitely high enough to combine the 2 bars, and then we just need to send our melee person back to Crater Lake Village and have them pick up the weapon. Then we'll be done. 100% chance, and just throw it back in the chest wherever. Easy as that. Quick 3.5 hour mission. It's fine. Okay, and then the way to get to the Crater Lake Village was Glendenwood, Settlement Portals, Highland Manors. That was it. You know, after all that time, it now feels almost kind of weird to be doing anything else other than just running in that big circle looking for golems. It's just like, wait, I'm actually going through portals. Why would I be doing such a thing? Must find Pyreal is all I can think. And we need to hope that I pick out the right item. Because, I mean, I think I'd have to be exceedingly bad at the game in order to pick the incorrect cast, but if I do end up picking the wrong one, then that will be very tragic. Because that would mean that all the Pyreal would be wasted. No, it's just him. I was like, why is there just an NPC out in the middle of the woods? But it's just Jacques, the woodsman. He sells you like housing items. Oh, and then you go back to Stonehold and turn in the banished creatures kill task that I did like 2 hours ago. Because that should give us a lot of XP. Probably level us up a few more times. Highland Manors right here. You know, being on a server with lag while trying to go into a settlement portal is really kind of nerve-wracking because you can end up lagging slightly to the left and then just accidentally going into a different portal than the one you were meaning. And then you have to like lifestone and run all the way back to the settlement portals again and hope you don't lag that time too. It's kind of stressful, but I don't have to deal with that because no lag. Yeah, we'll need to go through all this again. Well, I'll probably just farm the traditional way next time, but we'll need to get all this Pyreal once more to get an Asparian weapon, which I may or may not ever even use, which is why I'm getting the Atlan one first. Ooh, but tomorrow, I'll probably work on getting, or not tomorrow, tomorrow I'm playing Dark Souls 3, but next time I play this, probably the day after tomorrow, unless it's Sunday. I don't remember. I will probably be going and getting all the Atlan stones, which each one has like its own sprawling, intricate dungeon that has each one I think has like different levers and everything, and it's quite a lot more interesting than farming Pyreal. So that'll be fun. That'll be a good time. All these Zephyrs. Always shooting spells at me. Alright, so yeah, this is the crater pathway. Essentially, it's just a big linear cave that takes you from the bottom of the mountain to the top. And then we're inside the Crater Lake Village. And at the top of this tower here is Silencia, the person who makes me the weapon thing we're trying to get. So let's see. We need something. Because it's either this, two-handed weapons. Let me look it up just to make sure I don't get the wrong glyph. Okay, so it is indeed the blue glyph, and I would get the two-handed weapons glyph. And then you apply the glyph to your quality Pyreal ingot to get the superb infused ingot, and then you hand that ingot to the magma golem, and it'll give you an Atlan weapon. Alright. You have crafting chance of success. There we go. This should. Yes. Okay. That's scary. Especially because it says, like, with the essence of a staff, and it's like, the stamp said two-handed weapons, and yet it's the staff stamp that I think they just repurposed. But anyways, we have it now. And I mean, right now, in this form, it kind of sucks, because it's unimbued. You need to get those Atlan stones, and put the Atlan stone into the Atlan weapon. And then you can actually, you know, do good damage with it. But it's done. That was the whole quest. And now I can end the stream finally. Very long stream. 3 hours, 45 minutes. Okay, well, tomorrow I'm playing Dark Souls 3. And I'm just going to be playing that for a few hours, maybe 4 hours on that one. Make lots of progress, that'll be nice. And then the day after, I'll probably be back here playing Asheron's Call. Let's see. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday, and then the next day's Saturday. And then I don't stream on Sunday. So, that is it. I'll go to the, not the BRB screen, the ending screen, that's it. And I'll turn on the music, and yeah. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.